everybody. Michael Laidler here. Another episode of Meet Our Community in the Leadership Inner Circle. And I'm so excited to be here with you all on this Sunday evening, July 1st, on my second episode for the night. For all of you that are first-time viewers or have no clue what's going on right now, this program is designed to allow us to help our members, our community, not just add value to you, but for you to add value to them. So what does that mean? That means comment, like, share, do everything, because what I'm learning and things that I've learned is that collaboration is what makes all of us great. All the greats you look at, all the great speakers, leaders, coaches, billionaires, they all have friends. And those friends help each other out. So let's make sure that's what we use these videos for and this training, because that's what we want. We want to help our fellow leaders out to help them grow. I'm going to end my introduction right there so we can go into this awesome presentation that we have going on tonight. And with that, I will bring in our guest, Pamela. How are you doing today, Pamela?
Hey, Michael, how are you?
I'm great. So excited to have you on here today for another round of Meet Our Community.
Me as well. I'm so excited. I love what you're doing. I love what you talk about and what you stand for. You know, leaders supporting leaders, leaders building leaders. It's a great concept.
All right, great. And while we're on that, so as I look through the forms I asked you all to send when I asked you guys to fill out the forms for for these interviews, what stood out and what continues to stand out to me is something called Motivating Moms. What is Motivating Moms?
So Motivating Moms is a business that I started based on the idea and the notion that we should all be supporting one another. And so you've got all kinds of moms out here, you know, stepmoms, adopted moms, regular moms, grandmoms, so many different types of parents, over the children. And then I looked at what's happening in our communities, especially in our urban areas. And we've got to come together like we used to. I grew up in the 70s. So we got to come together like we used to and support one another as opposed to live in this individualistic bubble that a lot of us live in. So that's where I got the idea to motivate moms, motivate us to get together and support one another.
And when you did that transition, I noticed that now you one of your titles that you want to be referred to as is leadership coach. How does leadership coach tie into motivating moms?
So if you're a parent, you're a leader. I think every human being innately is a leader. Our empowerment comes from our higher power. So God, Allah, whatever, your particular religion is, my empowerment comes from God. I can do whatever I think. So that makes me a leader in my household, in my community, in my work, and the things like that. And so when we start to understand that as parents, we are leaders and not just a mom or a dad, a leader, in your community. Hey, cutie. When you start to understand that you're a leader, then you take on parenting in a different mindset, a different attitude, and you start to think about legacy. You start to think about your children's future, and you're intentional about planning it for them instead of just kind of letting it unfold.
And obviously, this is perfect timing when you talk about legacy, because my son decided to come on here and
what a legacy are building for that young man as well.
Yes, he decided to come part himself because he wants to see himself on video. And when you talk about legacies, you never know what you're going to get on the Facebook Live. So I'm sure you have your kids out here in the house listening to you. But
see, you know what? Let me stop you there, because what a great example of parenthood as we talk about Motivate Moms, because it's definitely not just about moms. It's about motivating whatever adult is over the children, grandparents, step parent, any kind of parent that you are, any kind of caregiver you are. But when you can see, a kid, how's your kid? Like 8, 10. This young man that just came into the camera.
He is 5.
He's 5. He's tall. He's huge. Okay, so, but when you see an open physical connection, you might take it for granted because this is how your household runs. But I see, in certain communities, not a physical connection with kids. It's more of when it is physical, it's a negative physical. It's not a positive physical. When your kid wants to run up to you and give you a hug, that's a great thing. And it's a testament to your parenting. And in some of our communities, we don't see that. When we see the kid run up on the parent, whether it's a mom, a dad, a grandparent, they get a hand. It's like, gone, and we have to flip that script. We have to, these are moments that we have with them, and when you grow up and you become an adult and you look at like how you automatically go back to, well, when I was a kid, this happened or that happened. So it's these small moments that we have with kids that really creates who we become as adults. So it's great to see him, run up on you and hug you, and he doesn't care what you're doing. He doesn't care that you're building $1 million company. He doesn't care about that because you're his dad.
Oh, yeah. And even if I did, he was still going to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I love it.
But I think you made a good point, Pam. I think what people don't realize all the time is this is what we're building for them. We're building these legacies, and it's sometimes we get so distracted with the building side of it that we forget about them.
Yes. I see it all the time. And these are not bad people. It's just get so caught up in crime. We get so caught up in chasing paper that we forget why we're doing it and who we're doing it for. You get to enjoy it as well. We build things for us to enjoy, but at the end of the day, the legacy will go on if we build it right. Through generations of our families. So, and I'm especially passionate about legacy because, we didn't get, as African Americans, we didn't get a lot of legacy passed to us. So what we create now, what we build now in future generations, is what I hope that my daughters and their daughters get to enjoy.
Awesome. And I agree. So, all right. So I know a lot of people, when they have these companies and they have these businesses, that they strive to create this legacy and they strive to have this essentially this foundation. We see it centuries and centuries, people having generations of companies. And
sure.
So with motivating moms and where you're going, how has this transformed your life?
Oh, wow. Okay, so as a parent coach, which coaching is a difficult business to be in because most people don't understand the power of coaching. And so I didn't either myself until I had my own coach. And so this coach was life-changing for me, and it made me want to coach. And so parent coaching is got to probably be one of the most exciting things I do, and speaking in schools. When you build a conversation as intimate as parenting, because parenting is an intimate conversation, when you can get a whole room of people to talk about family, community, how they raise children, and on a one-on-one when you're personally coaching and you can lead a person to legacy goals, family goals, is probably the most empowering thing I've done since I've been an adult. So I love it. It's completely changed my life. Not necessarily who I am, because I was a hairstylist for 25 years prior to this. And so as a coach, one of the first things that you'll learn is you were always a coach. You just didn't know. And so I was. As a hairdresser, you all know we have intimate conversations in the beauty shop. And so, I was coaching and advising and, doing all these things prior to really identifying with the fact that this is what I should be doing. So now that I've taken this on, it is just an absolute joy um, when I watch people transform.
Okay. So, do all this transformation, all this growing that you've been so accustomed to now, when you once you realize your passion as far as coaching, because you
Sure,
said you were in the hairdressing or hair styling business before, and now you've transitioned to coaching and
sure.
helping motivating moms. So there had to be. Well, what do you do now, Pam? That or what do you do when you hit that road bump, that challenge that all coaches go through?
So that's an interesting question. I just had that actually a couple of days ago. Because you have clients who it's difficult to move them to the next level of their thought
Mm-hmm.
process. And so I'll just take a pause and I will really marinate, you know,
Mm-hmm.
on how I can get this parent or person, because I do life coaching too, but to get this person to see um, what that next level is. And sometimes it takes for me to think about what my next level was. Because when, being a hairstylist, being a cosmetologist was a comfort zone for me. It was a security there. And you know that anytime you do something successful, it's very difficult to push out of the comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You think, okay, well, I make money over here. What if I don't make money over here? What if people don't come to the workshop? What if people don't come to the, parent program? So I think about what I had to do and what I had to tell myself to push past those roadblocks. And typically they're fear, fear of the unknown, when you have something, steady and consistent here. But nothing good, different, or great comes in the comfort zone. Only comfort.
Yeah, and I think that that's very true when it comes to growth, especially because it's very easy to have a job that meets all your bills, but
Sure.
doesn't meet what you have in your heart.
Exactly. Exactly. Or supersede your bills. Hair paid my bills. And I'm more than that. I have more than that in me. I have more to share with other people, and it is monetizable. So, how can I move myself to that next level without becoming homeless, and be bold enough to risk homelessness,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. So, and that is the challenge with coaching is pushing people, to the point that they want to risk it all, for legacy and success.
I agree. And Bridget's saying hi, Pam. Just so you know, Bridget is saying hi.
Hey, Bridget. Hey.
I think that and you actually threw me off because I meant to ask this question earlier. Um, something you really brought up very well was when you're going through these tough times of coaching, pause,
Yeah.
take a break,
Yes.
relax.
Yes.
Just because you're a coach doesn't mean you have all of the answers.
Absolutely.
I know we want to have all of the answers, but we don't have all of the answers.
Yeah.
Um,
My coach, one of my coaches, Monique Carradine, if you're listening, the Overflow coach, I love her to death, and her and Dr. Betty Orlandino. But Monique says, okay, hold up, wait. Let's marinate on that. Let's think about that, And so we stop together and think about like what I just said or what she just said, so that we can assess it and move on from there. Um, it's important to think about the relationship that you guys have. And it's important to think about what's being said so that action can be taken behind.
I agree. And we had two more comments. Lorraine said, "How we start doesn't have to be how we finish."
Absolutely great point. And Lorraine, thank you, because that's one of the most important things I want parents to understand. We may start parenting with like, I don't know what to do with this kid, just go outside or just go, we want to just throw our hands up. But how we start is not, does not have to be how we finish. And we have the right and the power to reinvent how we parent, no matter what anybody in the family thinks. We get the right to reinvent how we choose to raise our children to lead us in a more positive direction.
So, as we unfortunately have to come to an end on this particular
Yeah, talk forever, Michael.
I know.
I can go, man.
I know, that's a good thing. Don't worry, there'll be more to come, and we'll make some more training programs out of this. So, what is one thing you can tell? Now, we already talked about pausing and taking a breath in coaching. What is one thing you can tell the viewers, the other coaches, people that want to do collaborations that you look forward to into the future of your growth, into your journey?
So, personally, in my journey, I look forward to more coaching, more clients, growing my business, hopefully getting my program in more schools. I got a new contract last week, so I'm really excited about that. Professionally, as far as my coaching business, and how I want it to grow is, having said wanting more clients, with parent coaching in particular, I look forward to watching the children, especially in middle schools, because I coach a lot of middle school parents. So I look forward to seeing the relationship grow between parents, grandparents, and children as their middle school children move on to high school. We build relationships, and you may only contract me to coach you for 6 months or maybe a year, but the relationship will last forever because they're children. And we get attached to each other. It's the coaching relationship. So I look forward to seeing how families grow from the value that I feel I can add to them.
And just in case you guys didn't know, because I know I failed to mention, Pam is from Illinois, and she's creating all these amazing programs for the school systems up there. That doesn't mean that she's going to stop there in Illinois.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm talking to 2 other states right now with possible opportunities for doing the program via conference, via webinars and such. So hopefully I'll be able to take the program, abroad.
Okay. So
it's needed.
As needed. So there you go. She is an international trainer, coach, facilitator, whatever you're looking for to get your company, your coaching, whatever you need to the next level. So you guys just heard it. We made another great connection tonight with Pamela. Make sure you guys reach out to her. Her information is in the notes. If not, you can find her, Pamela Whitt. I'm sure you can find her probably a lot easier than she could find herself.
Yeah, that's true. Motivate Moms on most social media, but easiest and fastest, motivatemoms.com.
But yes, there you guys have it. Thank you guys for joining in. There's so many great comments. There's so many likes. I'm so excited. Make sure you also share. Let's get this out to so many different communities. And not just this video. Any other videos we've done in the past and all the videos that we're doing in the future. Because in the end, collaboration is what's going to strengthen just not ourselves, but our community as a whole.
So, absolutely. Thank you, Michael, so much. I've enjoyed listening to all the leaders, and I love being a part of Michael Laidler Unlimited. Thank you.